Everybody, it's Bob DeBoo here at the Building Blocks of Bass. It's Monday, it's 5 p.m. I'm in St. Louis, 5 p.m. Central Time. So it's time for Building Blocks of Bass. Here with Open Studio. Really glad to be here as always. So with these series, these guided practice sessions, we're focusing on really like the core tenets of being a good jazz bass player, like what it takes to be really solid, and just some concepts that we really need to have under our fingers. So, hey, how's it going? I see a couple people with us now. Welcome. If you, I'm always checking out the comments in the live chat too. So, feel free to say hello. Any questions that come up during the guided practice session, please let me know. I will definitely be commenting on everything afterwards. Anthony Wiggins, what's up, man? Everybody, this is a super bad trumpet player out here in St. Louis. What's happening, Anthony? Great to see you. Cool. So today we're going to be talking about how to learn a tune, right? And we're going to specifically focus on a standard. It's it's super common, but it's one that everybody needs to know. It's one of those tunes that if it gets called and you say, I don't really know that one, then that's one that you got to go learn right afterwards. So we're going to be looking at a tune, All of Me, which is a great standard, and I've got some great reference recordings that we can check out today, and gearing it towards the bass, the bass community too. I've got some good recordings for who to check out. Like we've got some recordings with Richard Davis, Ray Brown, playing along with Count Basie, Duke Ellington. So some good stuff to check out, but we're going to be looking at All of Me this week. Cool. And so we've, over these series, we've talked about different things like triads, chromatic scale, bebop, building bass lines. Last week we talked about some rhythmic ideas, using the metronome in some creative ways to help internalize our time. And so this week we're going to work on what I like to call root movement melody. So of course, as bass players, it's really it's crucial for us to know the melody so it can inform how we play bass lines, and also, when it's time for us to play the melody, we need to know it. But so I take the same approach to learning root movement melodies, learning the root movements, so that we know what chords are going to happen, at any given time. So what I want to do today is go over All of Me, and it's a 32 measure song, 32 bar tune, and so it means we're going to take it in sections of 8, 8, 8, and 8. So I think with good practice, it's good just to find sections, find little goals to work on, and then we're going to move those around in different keys. Cool? So first, before I do anything else though, I want to say, what's up Open Studio? Go check out Open Studio's website. They have some great courses for how to get better as a musician from the top of the line instructors and players, in the world. Specifically Christian McBride, who's got a new course out, Your Sound is Your Signature. You can find the link below. Check out that course, it's incredible. But brilliant bass player Ruben Rogers has some amazing courses on Open Studio, and it's great for other instruments as well. There's Gregory Hutchinson is on there. Of course, Peter Martin has some great courses, and Open Studio is just always up to something new and creative. And it's all about getting better, and that's what these sessions are about too. We're just trying to get better as musicians, and that's what's up. So I wanted to share really quick some choice versions. These are I was selecting some versions recently, some really good versions of All of Me, especially that we can play along with. So I think one of the best ways to learn a tune, this is not just my opinion of course, one of the best ways to learn a tune is to play along with the recordings. Before you do that, listen to the recording a bunch. So I recommend checking out all of these for just for some inspiration to really get the song in your ear. And it's super helpful too. All of Me specifically has lyrics, right? So it can help you to remember the melody and the structure of the tune and the vibe of the tune to know the melody. So make sure you're checking out singers when you're learning tunes. So a good one that I really like is by Sarah Vaughan, and it's on the album Swingin' Easy, and the bass player on this particular track, he's on about half the album, is the great Richard Davis, who is one of my favorite bass players. He's super creative. Roy Haynes is on this album. I think John Malachi is playing piano. It's super swinging. swinging easy. After that, see, we got Roy Eldridge, and I put the keys here too. So Sarah's singing it in G, Roy is playing it in C, etc., etc. But Roy Eldridge, this little jazz and the Jimmy Ryan All-Stars, has Major Holly, great bass player, and he takes a bowed solo where, you know, he sings along when he plays, and it's a super unique. You can't miss Major Holly. Him, Slam Stewart, you know, like it's just integral to the bass. Then of course the great Oscar Peterson trio. He does it in A flat, a jazz portrait of Frank Sinatra with Ray Brown on the bass. You can't go wrong. So there's some good references there. Of course, always, you know, checking out Duke Ellington and Count Basie. So with Duke, Jazz Party. Jimmy Wood, I don't know if it's Wood. I've only seen his name, but super swinging. And if you're just getting into transcribing too, checking out a bunch of Duke and Count Basie, that Buddy Catlett is a great recording to start like really trying to transcribe and get the vibe of the bass lines that he's doing, right? And it's just like always swinging. So if you practice playing along with people that are swinging, stand a chance to start swinging, right? I think that's the idea. So I can put this back up there later too, put it back up on the screen later. You can always go back to our Facebook group too, the Facebook Building Blocks, Bob DeBoo's Building Blocks of Bass, I think is the whole title. A little cumbersome, a lot of B's in there. But you can go, I'll have all of the PDFs, all the sheet music that we're using today, it'll be there. And so I know that we have a few comments and we've got some more listeners. Let's get started practicing, more watchers. I'm definitely going to address some comments further down after we've done a little bit of practicing and then maybe demonstrate some more. So please leave your comments, questions, anything like that. And I'm most definitely going to check them out. So let's dig into it. Okay, so now I was saying All of Me is a 32 measure song, right? So that means 8, 8, 8, 8. The first 8 and the middle 8 are the same as far as like chord changes go, like the root movement melody that we're going to learn today. So once we learn this first 8, we know 50% of the tune, right? So that's key, that's key. So we're going to start here. Now, just the way I've got this broken down, we're starting in the key of C, and let me just put a disclaimer. This melody is just a bare bones melody like you would see in a fake book, in a real book. There's none of those recordings I have up have anybody playing the melody this way. Go to the recordings and play along the melody the way that Count Basie, especially how Count Basie's playing the melody, how Roy Eldridge is playing the melody. Figure out that. But the melody is here in a kind of a watered down way, just to have structure, okay? So, but today mainly we're going to be focusing on just the root movement melody. Like I said, it's crucial for the bass. So let's look. We've got C, and this is in the key of C, and this is just the first 8 again. So we're in C, which underneath is our 1, right? Let me just put a disclaimer in here, or not a disclaimer, but a really quick primer if this is new to you. And if this is more basic, then it's always good to go back to fundamentals. So let's just do that really quick. We're going to be starting off with All of Me in the key of C, right? So that means C is going to be our root, or our 1 chord, right? And if it's in a major key, we're going to think the major scale. 1 chord, 2 chord, 3, E is the 3, F is the 4, G is the 5, A is the 6, B is the 7th, and then C again is the 1. So 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that makes sense, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to be diatonic. Specifically in this, the 3 chord, if it was diatonic, it would be minor, right? It's not. It's a dominant chord, and that's part of what the character of the tune is. Come on, E cam, E pot cam. So, and then the 6th chord is also dominant. So we're gonna check that out, okay? But let's start by learning the root movement, and let's play it together just in whole notes. You can do this any instrument too, by the way. It's not just for bass players. So we're gonna just play the roots on beat 1, okay? So we're gonna play whole notes, just the root, and we're gonna try to think about what's coming up. So what's crucial to this is thinking either these numbers or hearing the root movement melody. So for instance, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 3, 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 2, 2, 2. Play it with me. Let's loop it. 1, 1, 3, right? 3 to 6, 6, 2, 2, right? Okay, so clear cut enough, right? We're not even worried about the quality of the chord just yet. I like to start with the root and really getting that root movement together. Now, there are alternate changes to this, to all of this. And if you go back to that recording list, you'll find some really cool different chord changes that are utilized. Okay, so for sure, check that out. But let's look at this now. All right, my camera's gonna be like that. New webcam coming. Whole new show next week, I promise. So if we look at this, this is without any key, right? So here it is with a 1, a 3, 6, and a 2. And now that 2 is minor, just as general information, that's good to know, right? But let's go through and just play this again and see twice through. Okay, so try it with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Whole note. So this is the 1, 1 to the 3, right? 3 into the 6. So always think about where you're going. Try to hear where you're going. 2, 2. Let's play in a 2 feel. 3 to the 6 to the 2. Okay? So now let's start moving it. Immediately when I'm learning a tune, I try to move it around in different keys as soon as possible. Okay? Let's move this just up a fourth. Let's go to the key of F real quick. Okay? Let's do it in whole notes. Then let's play it in like a 2 feel. And then let's maybe walk it. So let's do whole notes first. Ready? We start on F, the 1 chord. What's our 3? A. What's the 6? It's D. What's the 2? It's G. So again, if we're thinking F major scale, all those numbers are assigned to a different note in the scale. Ready? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. Here comes 3, 3, 3, and 6, 6, 6 to the 2, 2, 2. Let's play it in a 2 feel. 1 to the 3, to the 6, 6. Where are we going? 2, right. Just about fell apart there. 6 to the 2. Good. Let's immediately go in. Let's do it in B flat now. Let's just start off with the 2 feel. So 1, 3, 6, 2 in B flat, D, G, C. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3 chord. 6. 1. Going to the 3. 6. 2. Okay. Cool. So you've got the idea of that, right? So basically, we just shed it in 3 keys, 50% of the tune, right? We, of course, go back and work on walking and putting it all together, but let's go ahead and find more parts of the puzzle to put into this equation, right? So here's the second 8 bars. The tune goes, all of me. And now we're here. Okay, so this is the second 8 of the tune. And let's look at it numerically. So we're in the key of C here for this example, right? So we're looking at a 3 chord. And this is a dominant chord too. That's worth noting. It's kind of a different kind of dominant because it's a 5 chord leading to a minor chord, which we can talk about in subsequent, guided practice sessions, but it's a little bit different. But today we're working on root movement melody, right? So this is 3 to 6, 2, and then 2, 5. Just with the way that we have this chart going. Again, check out some of these recordings, find your own. There's hundreds, if not thousands of recordings of all of me to draw from, right? To do that. But let's shed this second 8 and just try to get this under our fingers, okay? In our ears, right? So this second 8 starts on the 3rd, and then to the 6th, and then to the 2, and then 2, 5, a measure each. Let's play it. So play it as whole notes with me first. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1. That means 3, of course. 6, 6, 2, 2. And this dominant turns to minor, to 5. Good. So now another thing is, I left that chart or that little section of music up there a little bit longer than I should have. When we're learning a tune, try to get away from the music, the sheet music, as soon as possible, because we want to use our ears, of course, to really solidify what we're hearing and see if we really know it or not. Okay, so let's go back. Can we do that second 8 bars from memory? It's 3, 6, 2, 2, 5. Cool? Let's try it. We're in the key of C. Just whole notes. Or if you like, I can't hear you, play it in 2. Walk through it, but make sure you're hitting the roots on 1, because that's what we're working on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Go. 3 chord. Where are we heading? 6, 6, to the 2, 2, 2, 2, 5. Loop that. So 3, 3, 6, 6, 2, 2, 2, 5. Now play it. 2 feel. This is minor, dominant. 3. This one's minor. Good. Let's move that immediately. Let's move that into the key of F, like we did the first 8 and the middle 8. Let's move the second 8 into the key of F now. So we're thinking 3, 6, 2, 2, 5. So in the key of F, we have A, D, E, G, and C. And this is our root movement melody, right? I always want to keep coming back to this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. It's our 3 chord. We're in the key of F. So what's the 6th? D. Going to the 2 chord. 2, and then a 2. You can play all of this a 5 chord too if you want to. 3, 6, 2, 2, 5, 3, 6. 4, 2, 5, 1. Let's do the same thing in B flat real quick. So again, this is the second 8, and this is numerically how we have this set up. This is the second 8 bars, so it's 3, 6, 2, 2, 5. Got it? So as soon as you can memorize that, as soon as you can rememorize that, that's what you should do, right? So you want to try to hear this as well. Can you hear the 3? Right, and that's in the key of F. So let's do it in the key of B flat, right? So we have D for the 3, G for the 6, C for the 2, C, F, 2, 5. Let's try it. So 1, 2, whole notes, go. This is the 3. Where are we heading? 6, 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5. Back to another 3, 3, 6. Sorry about my singing. That's what it is though. 2, would be back to the 1. So let's put together the first half of the tune, and then we'll know, now we know 75% of the tune, right? In at least 3 different keys. And this is how I like to do it. Root movement melody, learn the numbers to the chords, practice playing along with the recordings because it's going to be slightly different for each recording and different keys, of course. And if you're just joining us too, or if you're just coming in, I got some choice versions of All of Me, especially for bass players to check out. First one being by Master Richard Davis. It's so swinging what he does in this recording. Check that out today for sure. I would play it, but YouTube would boot me off, right? Same with Roy Eldridge, Little Jazz, and Jimmy Ryan All-Stars. Super good. Major Holly doing some cool soloing. Of course, our man Ray Brown. Jimmy Wood. Somebody help me out on how you say his last name. And then Buddy Catlett with Count Basie Band. But then we've also got some other keys here, right? All right, so let's play the first half of the tune now. Let's just do it in C. Get back, think numerically. We're at 1, 3, 6, 2. 3, 6, 2, 2, 5, 1. Let's do that much, and I'll walk you through it. You can play it in a 2-feel. You could walk if you feel comfortable enough with it. Play it in whole notes if you want to do that too, because that's the point of today, that root movement melody. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1 being C. What's coming up next? Right. 3, 6, right? 6, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 6, right? 6, 2, 2, 2, 5, 1, right? Let's do it in a 2-feel. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, down to 3, going to the 6, 2, heading to the 3, 6. Where are we going? 2 is a dominant. 2 is a minor. 1. Let's do it in F now. All right, so what do we have in F? 1 chord, F. 3 chord, A. 6 chord, D. 2 chord, G. Then we're going to the 3 again, right? A, 6, D, 2, right? G, and then 2, 5, G to C. Let's do it in F. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. F. F, 3, 3, 3, then to the 6, 6, 2, 2. We're going up to the 3, 3, 3. Where are we heading? 6, good. 6, then to the 2 chord. 2, 2, 2, 5, 1. Where are we heading? 3, 6. I could think 6, 2, 3, to the 6. Here's the 2 chord, go to the 5 chord. The 1. Special guest is back. Hey, Stella. All right, and so now let's do it in B flat, okay? All right, so B flat, two keys, 2 flats, right? So the same thing. Think about the numbers. I'm not gonna spell them out this time. Let's just play them together because I think you've got it. Ready? So 1, 2, key of B flat, go. Where are we headed? Another good thing to do is to learn the melody and be able to sing it while you're doing this, because if you can put those together, the melody and the root movement melody, then I think you know the tune, especially if you're putting it through different keys. Yeah, I'm right. No, 2. See, I'm trying to speak and I'm totally messing myself up. From the top, B flat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. 6. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my daughter over here. I keep thinking she's getting into something. Pardon me. Let's do it in B flat. This time's for real. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. To the 3 chord. Heading to the 6 chord. To the 2 chord. Heading to the 3 chord. Where are we heading? 6, right. 2 minor chord as a dominant, right? One. Okay, great, excellent. So hopefully all that's under your fingers and in your ears. So let's check out the last piece of the puzzle, okay? It's the last 8 bars. Oh, that's just the numbers, but let's look at the last 8 bars with the chords. Okay, so we're in the key of C. We're back into the key of C now. So if we think numerically as in the scale degrees in the key of C, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're at F, right? So I'm going to call this is the last 8 of all of me, the 4 chord, right? So it's going to a 4 chord as like a 6 chord because the melody is a D. And then it's like an F minor 6, 9 chord right here because that is a 6 in the melody. Doesn't necessarily have to have the 9 in it, but it's a minor chord. So it's going major to minor. 3, 6. So we've got 4, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Commit it to memory. 4, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Okay? Okay, you can be here, but don't be loud, okay? Shout out to all my dads with kids trying to practice bass. We got 4 chord, 4 chord. 3, moms too. Everybody at home trying to practice with the kids hanging on them, right? Okay, so if you got that in your memory, let's shed it. So we're in the key of F. All right, so let's start. We're just gonna do it in whole notes. Let's really try to get this in our ear. So this is our root. What's the 4 chord? 4, right? Start there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Do, now we're going 3, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, and you could do 6, 2, back to the 4 chord. 4, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 4, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, right? 2, 5, 1. Okay, now let's shed that in a couple different keys now. Let's hit our keys F and B flat. Let's make sure we've got that numerical thing figured out. See you, Stella. All right, start in F. So what's the 4 chord? See, we got some hearts. Yeah, Stella's always a hit. All right, and if you're just joining us too, or if you're just checking in because there was a cute kid on the page, this is the Building Blocks of Bass. My name is Bob DeBoo. We're talking about learning tunes, and we're studying all of me today. Please leave a comment in the live chat. Please subscribe. Check out Open Studio. Check out Christian McBride's new Your Sound is Your Signature course. Check out all their courses. It's just killing across the board. So, all right, last 8 in the key of F. So we're starting on a 4 chord, right? What's the 4 chord? B flat? All right, yeah, cool. So we're doing 4. 4 becomes minor. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Let's start. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 4, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So back to the 4 chord. 4, 4, and this becomes minor. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Good. Let's do it in a 2 feel. 3, 6, 2, 5. Oh, that was terrible bass line. Cool. Let's do the same thing real quick in the key of B flat. Okay? Starting on the 4 chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 2, 1, right? Let's go to the 4, 4. 2, 5. Good. Great. So that's our 3 keys that we were hitting, right? At least for today's guided practice session. Again, here's my choice versions of this. Check it out. Only 2 of them are in the key of C, at least the ones that are here. There's, like I said, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, billions of recordings of all of me, at least played in jam sessions. But this is one of the tunes that you gotta know. It's just like, it's definitely a song that gets called a bunch of jam sessions and gets, played. So know it, it's part of the repertoire. Let's do the whole tune now. Now I don't have a graphic of the whole tune because that would just completely cover the screen, but we shedded it all, right? And again, you could do the same thing with the melody too. You can think numerically, you can think intervallically like we're thinking about too. It's just a triad. That's a triad too. It's all diatonic. This is not, but it's close. So you could do the same type of thing. Think about it structurally, right? Numerically, that really helps. Think about the structure of the tune. This is 8, 8, 8, 8. And the first 8 and the third 8 are the same. So once you learn that first 8, you got 50% down. I'm just saying the same old stuff, so let's practice this tune. Let's play it, how about in a 2 feel? In the key of C, then we'll do a 2 feel in the key of F, and then a 2 feel in the key of B flat. You wanna try it? So here goes C, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1 chord, to the 3, to the 6. This D is minor. Here's an E7. Right, 6 minor. 2, 5. That's all the sing I'll do. Just like 2. So here comes that 4 chord. 4 chord, minor 4 chord, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Now let's go into F. 2, 5, 1. 3 chord. 6. That's a 2 chord, right? Going to 3, 3, doom, 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 6, do, dum, 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 dee, do. Dominant. Minor 2 chord, 5. 1, doom, doom, oh, 3, doom, 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 6, doom, dum, dee, da, da, da. Now we're in the key of F, so where are we heading for the last 8 bars? 4 chord. 3 or the 1, 6, 2. Let's go into the key of B flat. So 1 chord is B flat. 3, 2, 6 as a dominant. 2 as minor. 3 as a dominant. 6. 2, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6. That's the 2 chord, sorry. 3 chord. 4 chord. 4 chord. 4 is a minor. 3 or the 1 chord. 2, 5. Right? So that's at least 3 keys, and that's utilizing the root movement melody. By all means, take this the next step. Hit the rest of the keys. Do you know what I mean? Practice walking over it. Practice each of these keys for like 10 minutes each. Why not? We're all home practicing, right? Work on the tempos, right? Practice when you're listening along with these recordings. Try to sing the root movements that you're hearing in the recordings too. That can be a big help. So if you're in the car, if you're away from your instrument, that's good practice time too, right? Because we're always working on our ear training. So by hearing, trying to figure out what the root movement melody is in a recording, and you could do this with any recording. It doesn't have to be jazz, it could be pop, it could be anything, you know what I mean? Anything. Practice understanding what it is you hear intervallically. So it's all ear training, that comes into the bass, right? And I think if you practice singing ahead of the notes that you're playing, it's going to give you a better idea of what you want the bass to sound like as far as note choice goes, right? So, yeah. So, and then do the same thing with the melody. Again, I think that's, super crucial. You have to learn the melody. And once you learn the root movement, it kind of plays in and it informs you what those chords really are. You know what I mean? Like sometimes chords get said, this is a C major 7. Well, the melody's not really saying anything about a major 7th, So at least the first chord, you know what I mean? And some of these dominant chords really have like a flat 9, flat 13 kind of sound because they're dominant chords leading to a minor chord or something like that. So anyways, I could keep talking, obviously, but I want to go in and check out some of the comments and see if we have any questions. All of these. Why not take all of these? Beautiful. Love it, Mark. Yep. Hopefully you were singing as you wrote that. I'm sure you were, right? Yep. Letter scat. Oh, yeah. So check out more Anthony Wiggins. She loves to sing, man. Stella is all about it. So I'm honestly surprised that she didn't. So cool. Okay. So not really. Music my pleasure. Hey all. Hey Bob. What's up? I think it's your first time here, so thanks for commenting. Really appreciate that. So I don't see a lot of questions. I'm still here for a little bit. If you're watching, if you're not watching this live and you want to say anything, come to our Facebook group. It's the Facebook Bob DeBoo's Building Blocks of Bass guided practice session. Any and all is welcome. Bass players, non-bass players. We're just talking about bass playing stuff. I'll have PDF charts of everything that we've done here available online there. And so there's definitely, what's up, Chano Cruz? This is a great bass player from St. Louis. Thanks for checking in. Mark, yeah, for sure. Right on. So there's tons of good stuff at the Open Studio website, and I want to go ahead and give a preview too that I've got my own mini course coming up. It's going to be available very soon. It's yet to be recorded, but it's on its way. Entitled Building Blocks of Bass. So keep an eye out for that. I will of course be promoting it here. But before that, definitely check out Christian McBride's Your Sound is Your Signature. Sorry, I got a new comment here. All 12 keys or just the main one, Chris asked? All right, what's the answer to that? Of course. Oh yes, of course you should do all the keys. But they're telling me, Bob, you need to cut down your guided practice sessions. They're too long. So I figured 3 keys. But, so for instance, these tracks that I was checking out, play along with these. Any keys that you hear in a good recording that you like, learn those keys. And plus you're going to be learning the new, not new, but the different opportunities or different ways of playing the tune, right? So these are some good ones that I like. Let me know, comment later in this video, come to the Facebook Building Blocks of Bass page. Let me know if you have a choice recording of all of me that you really like. But these are mine. I'm all about these. And we only really see 3 keys here. But of course you're going to know it in, like Chris is saying, like what Mark's saying, you should learn the melody in all keys too. Absolutely. Yes, yeah, I like this, man. Piano Man, all 12 main keys, right? Absolutely. So, and I think learning it, so the whole point, right, is learning this root movement melody numerically so that you can hit it in whatever key, Same with the melody, like if you're trying to hit it in an F. you've got no issues with it. You know, like I've worked that out. Not worked it out. I knew that was going to happen. But, you know, like do the same thing with the melody. And that's the whole point, is practicing. You know, we're all here trying to get better. I'm at home in my studio always trying to get better, working on stuff. And that's the point of these sessions too. So please always, you know, feel free to let me know if there's something that you want to check out in any of these guided practice sessions. I'm all game, you know, like we're just here to talk about bass, getting better, learning how to be better bass players, you know, better musicians. And remember, all of this is about is about ear training and being able to hear where it is you're going, understand what it is you're hearing. So put on these recordings, put on the radio. Anytime you're out and you're hearing something, of course, try to check it out. Hey, so Mario said something. Yeah, exactly. Great practice. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. Thanks for joining me. Please come back sometime. Could you repeat the name of the Facebook group, please? So I believe that our buddy Andrew backstage put that up right here. So you can join Bob's Facebook group here, right? And then make all your monetary contributions directly to, no, I'm just kidding. So that's all, just like we're doing that. So just come and join. It doesn't cost a thing. So come and talk about music. Come talk about bass. Gonna bounce back to Terra Nova T. I just noticed that you put the keys in for those. That is key for me. Oh yeah, you mean the recordings that I was checking out? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think I always kind of nerd out on that. If I'm studying a tune, a lot of times I will make a list, just, you know, of what key, or if I'm like in iTunes, I'll add in what key and actually what tempo somebody's doing it at. Just, you know, because I'm like, okay, where does Sarah Vaughan sing this? You know, it's interesting to me, you know, and you start to see tendencies with different artists too. So knowing keys is crucial, you know, for sure. And knowing the different changes that are happening. So cool. And maybe that was just a play on words. That is key for me. So I like that too. And, oh, yeah, we already did that one. Sorry. So music, my pleasure. Root movement learning first and melody, then chords to learn, some order. I think this is crucial. Okay, so I think learning melodies is inherent when you're listening to recordings, right? So listen to, you know, like if you like jazz music, listen to jazz music. Like if you like the song All of Me, listen to a bunch of different versions of it, find ones that you like, practice singing along with it. By doing that, you're internalizing, you know, the melody, even if you don't know specifically how to play it on your instrument, or intervallically how to break all of that down, you know it inherently, right? So you can go back to your instrument and figure it out that way. So kind of what I'm doing is from a bass player's point of view, learning the root movement melody, right? So I'm calling it that because it's the bottom, right? Like the melody's on the top, the harmony's in the middle, and the bass, of course, is at the bottom. That's what we're dealing with in these sessions. But of course, knowing the harmony is crucial. My point to that is that the harmony can change. You know what I mean? Like it only takes, you know, a quarter of an inch to change the quality of a chord in one way or the other. So knowing where we want the roots to be, which as bass players, of course, that's our business. So of course, learning the melody, learning the harmony, putting all that through all of the keys. But I think it's important as a building block to be able to do the roots in all 12 main keys, right? So make sure you've got that. That's the point of today's guided practice session. We only hit 3 keys. We could hit 12, you know, like we can do that next week if you want to, if you want to go further. And do this with any tunes too, of course, any tunes that you're getting. All right, Piano Man says, I first saw the number system in John, I don't know how to say his last name, Mehagan books, but he used Roman numerals. Yeah, for sure. You're often going to see, especially in like classical theory, you'll see Roman numeral 1 or a lowercase 1 if it's minor, like an I, lowercase I versus uppercase I. 3, you know, like a lowercase 3 would be a minor 3. So that's totally common. I'm just putting the numbers in there to try to, you know, simplify it even more. And the point being too that I'm not worried about the quality just yet. I'm just interested in the numbers, right? The root movement. So All right, so really quick, I'm gonna have to bounce pretty soon, but I've got just a few more that I want to say. How do you hook up with a drummer you haven't played with before? Listen, listen, hold your beat. Don't rely on the drummer's beat too much. They're listening for your beat, right? So I think that just being open, listening, and trying to find the balance, like you can play where you feel the beat and then you can adjust accordingly. So I think it's just about listening, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate that. Does writing this stuff out help? I know you mentioned your ear, memorizing, getting away from the page. Um, we all learn in different ways, obviously. So if writing it out does help you, please do it, for sure. I remember writing out bass lines and like trying to figure out, okay, this is going to sound good, like in a composition sense, and that helping to kind of formalize my ear or help my ear along, thinking about what I want a bass line to sound like. I think if writing this out makes sense to you and helps you, then by all means do it. But at some point when we get on the stage, we're clearly not going to have everything written out, in all 12 keys, whatever, like, or always have the chart in front of us. So the point is really to just like always be ear training with this stuff. And I know every elder that I played with said, get off the page as soon as you can. So I take that, as a key to, to not rely on that. So my boy Chano, I really like what you said about singing the melody while practicing the changes. It's always been helpful with learning tunes. Yeah, for sure. And singing the melody too when you practice, just to add on top of that, Chano, helps us to keep the form, right? So if you're playing and you're singing the melody, you could still get lost. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get lost, whatever that happens, I'm just kidding, don't get lost. But, if you sing the melody in your head while you're playing, I know drummers do this. I know horn players do this. When they're soloing, they're hearing the melody. When drummers are playing, when they're soloing, they're hearing melody. Maybe not all the time, but it's there. It's inherent. So I think too, yeah, singing it. I'm just maybe not prepared to do it on YouTube for, to be on there for my great grandchildren to see. But yeah, I totally practice that too, and it's a good thing, for sure. And then flip it. I mean, take it a step further. Can you sing the roots while you play the melody? That's definitely a trick, but it's good. It's only going to help your ear a little bit further, right? All right, so I'm going to hit 2 more real quick, and then I'm going to let Andrew go. Really enjoying the multiple key number practice. This is so hard to do on my own, so it's really helpful to have someone pushing me. Since no singers in COVID, yeah, right on, Terra Nova. Yeah, absolutely. So, there's good apps that can help you put this through different keys too. I prefer just to do it, on the bass. I think it's really good. And it's just to help. We have to stay sharp when we're home, not playing with these singers that are, want to play all of me in G flat. To all you singers that are watching. I'm just kidding. Calvin. Hey, Bob, pretty enjoy your session. Good. New to double bass, I have a basic question. How to better mix those 3 positions when walking? Because I am just using one position. I think are you talking about positions up here, Calvin? How better to mix? I would say to practice your chromatic scale. You could check out Smandel's method too, playing the half position, first position, etc. There's really good resources that are out there. I believe that's what you're talking about, and help me out if not. Go to the Facebook group and ask questions away there. So, Chris, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Please let me know any advice, suggestions, any ideas for other things too. I'm all ears, we're just here to get better. So finally, Piano Man, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Piano Man, wherever you are, whoever you are. So I got to get going. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please join us next week. Check out all the the cool Open Studio stuff, and happy practicing, okay? Peace. See you next time.